have dumped more money on things that are definitely less cool.
Hey, Andy.
Oh, yeah.
Andy, you're being paid.
You are.
Andy, you're being paid.
Andy!
Because it sounds like Angie. It sounds like Angie.
So your ears perk up? Andy in aisle 3. Andy in aisle 3. Hey, I think we're live. We should be live. Hello, everybody. Hello, friends. There's nobody on camera yet, but I'm just making sure. That looks live. Hey, look, we're live. It's a thing that's happening. Oh, and supposedly we have excellent stream quality. I like that. That's what I want to see. That's the way. Alrighty. Alright, Andy? That's Twitch chat. So we're back at Mary's apartment? No, we're not back at Mary's apartment. Alright. Hi, Dave.
Hey.
We've only done a couple of these.
Just a few.
Just a few. And we're back at this microphone, so I'm not going to get this right. You know, this is like, I'm going to be doing this a whole bunch, and I'm not going to get it right.
Been doing it for years and still haven't gotten it down.
No, I mean, I don't do this normally. So, hey everybody! We're at Nan's Games and Comics, and this is Dave from SolarFlare Games. Hello! And Andy is on chat, so if you have anything to tell us, or want to say to us, or want to yell at us... Questions, ask Andy. But you are here for Lords of Rock.
Yes.
Yeah, how did that go?
Lords of Rock is it was our best funding campaign we ever did. It was our 4th Kickstarter, and combined with the mini game, it was our 4th and 5th game funded on Kickstarter.
Nice. And you also just completed your latest campaign with Alien Invasion.
Yeah, so we did a standalone sequel to Nightmare Forest Dead Run, which was the first thing we did out here at Nan's with you guys. We did Nightmare Forest Alien Invasion, so we decided to take the same forest, introduce aliens, and completely change the game mechanics so people who wanted to play something cooperative versus adversarial could have another game. And now it's going to spawn into 2 more expansions over the next 2 years, building a long storyline in a basically Nightmare Forest connected universe. Take that, Marvel.
Take that! We can do connected universes too, Marvel. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see this game evolve.
Yeah.
Dead Run, you know, as you guys may remember from some of the videos, there's only a couple of SolarFlare videos that I've done. Only a few. As you may remember, Dead Run was a run for your life kind of push your luck mechanic, and this one's a little more of that mechanic, but you evolved it into cooperative play.
You have a turn limit, and if you don't clear the aliens within the turn limit, you lose. Everybody gets probed. If anybody dies, you lose. The aliens turn you into an aerosol and kill everybody else.
Oh, before I forget, Nan's Games and Comics is doing a raffle, so if you want in that raffle, get your booty here. I'm probably going to draw at like 8:20, so you got 20 minutes, folks. If you're in Houston and you're looking for something to do, come to Nan's Games and Comics. I might push it to 8:30 if you let me know you're coming. I might. Maybe. But seriously, get here. Thank you again, Brian, for inviting me. The quietest you're welcome from the other end. It's ish, yeah. So Alien Invasion, what if I miss the Kickstarter? What's going on?
We're going to actually, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to put up a pledge manager. So if you just go to Kickstarter, type in Nightmare Forest, find the Alien Invasion, just keep an eye on it because there's a button there now that says follow along. We'll post an update when we launch the pledge manager, and we'll change that link from follow along to the pledge manager. So there'll be there are also going to be things in the pledge manager that weren't available during the Kickstarter. So we're going to have a lot of options for people to get previous games, get We have actually especially a really cool T-shirt that we didn't announce until the pledge manager was up. So there'll be a lot of opportunities, and if you get stuff from us, you get on our mailing list, and you'll be one of the first people to find out when we do new stuff like what the Kickstarter coming in August.
You keep kickstarting games, and I'm going to have like a whole week of SolarFlare shirts. I've already got a Nightmare Forest Dead Run shirt. I've got a Lords of Rock shirt. I'm going to have an Alien Invasion shirt. So I just need 2 more games with 2 more shirts.
So Dawn of the Arc Mage, we haven't come up with the shirt designs for that, but I have a couple of ideas.
Yes. Oh, so tell me about Dawn of the Arc Mage.
So Dawn of the Arc Mage is going to be this. So you know us, we like to do silly a little bit with everything. So the idea is the wizards of this realm. It's going to be a parallel universe to Nightmare Forest. We have quick note. We have a website called nightmaresareal.com, and we have a blogger who's blogging about their life living near the Nightmare Forest. So they act like it's a real thing, and they're going to be actually covering as we progress to Dawn. They just are coming back from the Nightmare Forest and defeating the aliens. So Dawn of the Arc Mage is going to be this realm where paladins and all these do-gooders keep torturing poor minions of these wizards and burning their towers, so making their workman comp claims go way up and their property values go down. So the wizards have come together and they've decided to have a battle, and it's a cards, dice, modular board, miniatures. I mean, everything I could think of to put into a game that I really enjoy, and they battle by summoning creatures to an arena that they create from the modular board system, and whoever wins the fight based on the conditions becomes the Archmage. They gain a portion of power from all of the other wizards, and they're going to go teach those good people a lesson.
So I think what caught my attention the most outside of the mechanics of the game is the fact that it's a bunch of wizards that are mad that their property taxes are going up.
Well,
Darn you!
All the insurance claims on the burnt towers and the tortured minions. I mean, come on. Nobody likes the extra gold cost. When all that government collection comes and you're like, hey, they burnt my tower and tortured my minions, and they got to take care of that. So they're going to go teach people a lesson not to mess with them.
So what it comes down to is if you come up into the Archmage's hood, be ready just to pay high insurance claims. It's just fine. Leave it alone.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm really excited. It's going to be your first foray into miniatures. How is that going?
Really good. We've got a great sculptor. If people go to www.tinyurl.com/2017dawn,
2017
Dawn. You can
type that into the chat.
There's a preview. The preview page is already up. There's just some minis and the logo. And if people want to hit the star, it'll tell them when we launch. That they can also flag that page and watch as I build the Kickstarter page. A lot of people hide their Kickstarter pages, and I'm more like, hey, if I start adding to this and anybody has any ideas they want to add, tell me. Because to me, the crowdfunding thing is about the community and the family that we're building. Angie and I started jokingly calling the people who follow us family. So, because we do this because it's fun, not because we're, one of the big game companies. We just want to have fun, share these goofy ideas that we have in the car. And honestly, one of the times we were down here, some of the mechanics in the game came from talking to you and Andy. So you guys are like, oh, we played this game, we were like this. And, we started talking about it. I'm like, oh, we tweaked this a little bit. There would be a good, something that's, one of the things we're trying to do is as a mini game, even with 4 players, it still plays in under about 70 minutes or less. So that's rare. We trying to keep these things light and fun and cool. There's some weight to this one, though. We figured the game's going to weigh about 4.5 pounds.
I was expecting more like board gaming weight. Like, yeah, it's gonna be kind of a heavier mechanics. It's gonna be a little tougher, and it will be. It sounds like.
Yes, it's definitely got. There's dice and cards. Some people don't like dice, but we've added a lot of card mitigation for the dice aspect of the game. The boards are going to be modular, so you can kind of assemble the battle arena you want to play in. And then a lot of the stretch goals, if all the stretch goals are hit, it's going to have about 1.5 inch stack of cardboard in it.
Don't judge a board game by its weight, or do. It'll be good. I'm not gonna lie. That's actually part of my go-to when I'm judging a game. If I buy a box and the weight doesn't match what I expect it to be in that box size, I will immediately judge that game. I'm like, wait a minute. You gave me this big box and it weighs like 2 pounds. What's up, friends? Come on, let's be fair.
That's the shelf presence people try to go for, and we just a long time ago we want to give people what they want. So that's why every game we've done up till now, all the last ones, Dead Run, Dumpster Brawl, Lords of Rock, and Alien Invasion, all come in that 8.2 by 5.2 by 1.5 box. Like, Lords of Rock is a brick. It weighs 1.5 pounds in a little tiny backpack sized box. So don't throw it at your friends.
Or do.
Do you want it? No? We got, guys, I know you haven't seen Angie in like 2 years, forever, but she's here. She's behind the scenes. Angie.
Say hi.
Hello.
She's being shy. It's okay.
I am shy, but
You are shy.
I am shy.
Angie, you are the demo mistress.
that's true.
You are true. Like,
I mean, yes, I am the demo mistress.
so.
Did you say Devil Mistress?
Well, yeah,
Dem.
Okay.
Shh. Talking about board games now, guys.
Oh yes, sorry.
Oh yeah, that's right. What have you seen in your demos? What are the things that people are like really enjoying when watching the demos of the games? Different
Well,
ones.
definitely the art, the ease of play. People really are like, oh, this is really easy to pick up. I thought it'd be a lot more complicated. And then when they start playing it, they're like, oh, but wait, it is complicated. Because they try to figure out ways that they should be messing with their friends or how to maximize their cards. Like in Lords of Rock, they're like, well, how do you just keep beating us to the ground all the time? And I'm like, I don't mean to. I mean, I really don't. Well, maybe. But, they love the different aspects of it. And, like, one of the things we tell people with, like, Lords of Rock or with War College, which will be coming out in, like, 2 years-ish. I don't know.
This one's a new one. I just heard about this earlier today, you guys. This couple is a game making machine.
Anytime we drive more than 2 hours in the car, some game comes out of.
Comes out of it. So every trip down here, we get a new game. But we like to have things that people can, if they play with their kids and they're like, well, what is the Leaning Tower of Pisa or the Hanging Gardens of Babylon? They're like, what is this? And they can go, well, put it into Google, and then they can, research it or find out. And, sometimes that turns kids on to maybe a lifelong love of history or different things like that, which, as a parent, I love. But, with the Nightmare Force line, it's just, really that concept of bringing families back to the table. Because I've got teenagers and them sitting there with their phones all the time is very frustrating when you want to talk to them. So getting them, getting people back to the table, whether it's your friends, your family, your kids, whatever, I really think that's a great thing.
Yep.
We do try to make sure every game has a booze-friendly mode.
Yes.
It goes along with the family-friendly mode.
It's
Things are separate, but you got to have both.
It is important, right? I would imagine as parents, it's important to have both modes, both yourself and your parent mode.
Yes. It's
Speaking of family friendly, Biscuit decided that there should be a giveaway, and the last person standing after the box, has clubbed people in the head, gets the game.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, minus the bloody cards.
Well, we don't really need to club each other, but you guys in chat, go for it.
That's what you gotta do.
You guys have fun. I'll set up the arena. You let me know where. I'll be there. I'll broadcast the entire funness.
Yeah, we have a bunch of stuff planned. I don't know where we'll fit it all in, but the plan is we have a game called Kids versus the House, and then there's 2 potential expansions: Kids versus the Quests and Kids versus the Villains. So we're switching to doing a lighter game every January, February, and then the heavier games in August. We also have Engines of Destruction, Titan Wars, Intergalactic Raiders of the Lost Colonies, and then we had the one you came up with was Dragon Home, a Wormworld adventure. So
What's Dragon Home?
Teenage dragons trying to prove themselves in the world, where they have to go out and build their own lair.
That sounds so cute. That sounds so cute.
like I said, War College year 1, 2, 3, and graduation.
Yeah. So Wizard School kind of had a similar. I wonder if you're probably going to come at it in completely different angles, because Wizard School was definitely something that DFTBA Games just came out with. And they kind of had like a junior, a 4-year college type situation, or high school kind of situation. But it'll be interesting to see. Like, I'd like to see that idea played with a little bit more in different ways. And I know that you're going to come at it in a completely different way, and it's going to be so fun.
This one, you're a field marshal, and you're drafting famous generals through history to win battlefields.
That sounds cool. I also am awful at history, so maybe I'll learn a thing or two.
Well, we have a friend of ours who's a huge history fan, and they're doing a lot of research on actual classical battles. So, like, year 1 is going to be like ancient world, and then year 2 will be like bronze and steel age, and then we'll go to modern, and then we'll go to future. So the future one won't actually have classical battlefields. We'll make those up.
All right, so completely off of SolarFlare Games just for a hot minute, because I just came to mind this question. When you're not building your own board games, what are you playing right now?
Well, okay, so we're suckers for a deck builder. We love deck builders.
We're also playing
Mechs versus Minions.
the Minions, and then Seafall, which
I don't know if we call that playing it yet, because we're only on turn 4, and everybody says turn 10 is about where it starts to pick up.
It's just like I like the choose your story aspect of it. I'm not a big fan yet of the mechanic, but I love the choose your story aspect of it. We'll see if we can actually get to the where it gets.
Dice Town, the dungeon crawlers where you build the dungeons with your tiles. We like those, like the that kind of stuff. So
what else? We the potion, was it Potion Explosion?
yeah.
Are you enjoying that?
I like it. I mean, it's a quick, silly game, but I mean, it's fun. We played Mysterium. Yeah, Mysterium. I mean, every Friday night we're trying something different. So, except when we're down here.
Board game goals, y'all. Every Friday night, just set a date, play a new board game. Or get friends who have lots of board games and get together and try to play. See, I always have the hardest time determining whether I'm going to learn a new board game or play like...
Our friend Mark has almost 2,000 games in his house, and he knows how to play all of them. So all we do is we just let him tell us how to play, and then we play. I'm not really good at sitting down and going, okay, I need to read the rules and figure out how to play, because I hate reading rules, because I spend so much time writing rules. And then if we play anything by a particular company, which shall not be named, we have a running joke about, oh, this is going to be fun. It's one of this company's rule books.
And it's terrible. It's like
to quote Charles Barkley, it's terrible.
It's terrible. Like, it'll say, refer to this term. And then you have to go like 10 pages, and you're like, oh, okay. And then it says refer back to that page. And you're like, but how in the heck do I play? Because it doesn't give me much information.
I think I know who they're talking about. The shade has been casted. Speaking of rulebooks, that is something that you work on really hard, and I really appreciate in your games. For example, Lords of Rock, when I was creating the video for that, I was like, I always read the rules, and then I think, okay, how would I explain this? This is for every game that I do. So I'll read the rule book, and I'll do what I can to say, okay, well, this was formulated in a certain way, but that may not deliver correctly. Right. When I did Lords of Rock, I had to almost do it verbatim to the rule book, mainly because that is the way you teach the game.
Yeah.
So how do you go about drafting rules that work for so many people?
So for me, the first time I do it, it's almost like writing a technical document. It's like I bullet list how would a turn play, and then I go back and fill in all the fluffiness that you need to kind of explain to people who don't do technical writing or do read technical writing. And then I've got a new guy that I've been working with. So anybody who goes online to the Kickstarter page for Alien Invasion and looks at that rule book, I'm pretty sure I have the rule. I may not have the rule book up, but the written Word doc is up. And I found a guy who's really good at taking my writing and then taking out the replication, because I tend to over explain everything because I'm not sure I'm communicating clearly, do this and then this, but if this happens, do this, because that's where the logic tree starts to get kind of crazy. And he went in and just stripped a bunch of stuff out. So AI is the best rule set we've had. He also worked on Utter Terror. I don't know.
I haven't played it yet.
Utter Terror is awesome. He worked on those two rule sets, so they're much more reader friendly. You can't satisfy everybody. Half the people go like, just tell me how a turn works, and then put all the explanation at the bottom, and everybody else goes, explain everything and then walk me through a turn so I'd understand what the things you're talking about mean. So we try to go with what just is short and light and fast. And our games aren't overly sophisticated. They're not meant to be. They're meant to be played with your family or your friends in less than an hour. And something that's 25 pages of rules isn't going to be that way. We know that Dawn of the Arch Mage's rules will be a little bit longer, so they're a little more sophisticated because there's a lot more variables that you can manage in that game.
Tell her what about Utter Terror. You have to tell her
Oh,
what Utter Terror is.
okay. So if you didn't hear Angie, she goes, you have to talk about Utter Terror. I have kind of heard the concept of Utter Terror. I think you showed me the demo at PAX South, but go ahead.
Okay.
For everybody else who has not had the opportunity to.
So I have a habit of, I don't want to waste money when I'm manufacturing a game. And Alien Invasion only reached a certain card count, which means I had extra cards left over that basically when China manufactures the game, they just throw the paper away. I'm like, I need to come up with just a little fun little game. And over a course of a day and a half, I designed Utter Terror. And I got together with Mark and Homer, and we fleshed some things out. But really what it is it's you take the Alien Invasion thing, and so you're playing the humans trying to beat the aliens. I'm like, okay, well, just to run with the joke, you have it's a 2-player game only. You just play it head to head, and you're playing two aliens that have made a bet on who can abduct the most cows from the pasture. So the pasture is the playing surface. You can play it by a 3x3 grid of cows or a 4x4 grid of cows. And basically you have a certain number of tractor beam cards in your hand, and you control two sides of the board, and the other person controls the other two sides, and you peek at the cows and you put them back, and you keep them face down. So there's part of a memory. There's a bluffing aspect. And then basically you take turns laying your tractor beam cards face down, and when they're all laid out, you flip them over, and you check how much power is focused at each cow, and whoever has the highest number collects the cow. And whoever has the most cow points wins.
That's so cute.
But it's funny is it's so abstract, and there's so much strategy. Like my two friends helped with it, play some of the most complicated board games I've ever seen, and they got super competitive playing it. And they're like, you create something, there's nothing like this as far as they know. And I was like, oh cool, I spent like 2 days.
Dave is a board gaming machine, y'all. Seriously. And I think I see a dismounting of a bull. Is it happening? Is it happen? No, it's not happening more. I do want it to happen. I want it to happen. Make it happen.
Letting you know that are mid-helicopter flight here to get the...
Oh no!
Helicopter flight?
I mean, they've missed their mark by like almost 5 minutes. By the time that bull makes it here.
You better hurry up with that helicopter.
Da na 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 da 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 da. Oh, am I come?
Tom's camera back.
Are you okay? Well then, can we get the figure on more the prize? And the prize for those who want it is this amazing Guitar Hero action figure. Oh my gosh,
It's Zeus.
the Zeus of rock.
And so people know, both these are available from your local game store. They are in distribution. This is what they look like when you go looking for them in stores. See, they are not ginormous. This does weigh 1.5 pounds.
I mean, they don't look ginormous. This will hurt your friends and family, but
It won't hurt.
only when you throw it.
Yes.
Yeah. But you can see there's a small theme happening here, just a small theme. So I recommend you. Oh, and also you have a distributor as well. I'll get that information in just a second. But I am going to draw a thing. And do. Who is it?
A person?
A person.
Wait, not an alien?
Adam Clayton.
Adam Clayton, you have won. You have won. I don't know. I hope if you don't think you're here, but we've got your number. We'll get a hold of you. You have won the
And
thing.
this is for
Are we doing another thing?
I think ask him. We did 2 yesterday, so.
Will
we
you
did a
just double
gift
check
card.
with Brian?
Uh,
Andy?
Brian? That's just one drawing, correct?
What's the second one for a gift?
Oh, so we are doing.
Yeah,
So,
$20 gift card.
ooh, a $20 gift card to Nan's. Oh, why didn't I enter?
Stuff that bowl. Hold on 1 second.
No, why aren't we in this? Okay. Hi, friend. Boop, 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 boop. Erica Henderson. You have Erica Henderson.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, we got an Erica Henderson and an Adam Clayton.
I will take
Adam
this
Clayton
over
for
to-
the. Adam gets the thing. So that was awesome. Thank you, Nan's Games and Comics, for the opportunity to draw the awesomeness. That is the drawing.
Simon, you're drawing.
Drawing. Yeah. Hey, I'm jarring how drawing I am. So bad. So you have a distributor. If you want to buy Lords of Rock or Nightmare Forest in stores, how do you tell your board game store to get it?
Basically, any board game store can go to any distributor and request it. We work with Impressions, who distributes to distributors. So, the Alliance you can get through Alliance. Like I said, the Lords of Rock is easy because it's the SKU on it's SRF0400. Plus, we have mosh pits available in distribution. Once AI is just finished being manufactured, Utter Terror and AI will be available in distribution as well.
So even the smaller games are getting distributed as well.
The only thing we're not distributing is the poker cards. Those are us for at conventions and just giveaways and fun stuff. So.
Awesome. The poker cards looked awesome for Lords of Rock, guys. If you missed that, I'm sorry, but I'll be playing poker with those. I wish I'd gotten double sets so I could play spades with them.
I have extras here.
Ooh. Oh, reminder to everybody, we have a copy of Lords of Rock being given away to anybody who claims it first. If you get 5,000 Revelo points in our Twitch stream, then you have the opportunity to claim your copy of Lords of Rock. This is for everybody, U.S. and domestic and international. Just let me know. If you want it, you claim it, you will get it. So check our Revelo out. It will. It has all the information you need there. So stick around.
Sign it or anything? Do we need to sign it or anything?
Maybe. Anything else? Donald the Archmage at Alien Invasion, which is coming to Pledge Manager soon if you missed the Kickstarter. It's going to be there. Lords of Rock is now in stores.
Yep. Distribution started a week ago. So yeah, it's in stores. Mosh Pit's in stores.
Mm-hmm.
Dead Run's in stores. Dead Run is almost sold out internationally. So we had part of the AI. We did a small reprint. So it will go back into stores somewhere around in July when we finish the production of AI. Next year will be Nightmare Forest Monsters Horde.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a tower defense co-op. So we're adding yet another mechanic. The monsters will have abilities. You're gonna have ranged combat, engage, disengage, spells, magic, and there's gonna be a brand new boss wave. So it tops out tier 4. There's gonna be a set of tier 5 monsters that everybody has to defeat before they reach the wall. There's so many more ways to even lose that one.
So excited. I'm such a fan. I geek out over all of y'all's stuff. I am so glad that Brian introduced us here at Nan's, because this has been my favorite thing to do, and I cannot impress upon you guys, go to your local game stores. That's where you meet the awesome people. It's where I met Dave and Angie. It's where I've known Brian for years. You really should just go to your local game stores.
Mary out on something in case you guys don't know. On the back of the Lords of Rock box, there's a QR code. And you can watch an instructional video of how to play Lords of Rock done by Mary. We enjoy the work Mary and Andy do so much that separate from reviewing games and the Weirdlings stuff, it was really important to us to work with them and the Weirdlings to do the instructional video, because too many games you don't really know what you're doing or what you're getting, and even for just a $25 game, we thought it was really important to have, you can pick up the box, scan the QR code, and watch. It's about 5.5 minutes, and it'll tell you how to play the game, and you'll know right then and there. It's a great game, it's a fun game, and it's, you don't get to play with Mary, which makes it more fun, but close enough.
Close enough. Oh, you're also I keep trying to rap, and then I remember another thing. And you are putting some of your games out onto Tabletop Simulator.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're Dead Runs on Tabletop Simulator, not authorized by me, so I don't really know what's going on with that one. We are going to provide the rest of Lords of Rock to my developer to put it on Tabletop Simulator. There's a limited version of it right now that we did during the Kickstarter, but the full version of Alien Invasion is actually on Tabletop Simulator on Steam. My friend Alice did a wonderful job of putting it together. I have no idea how to use it, so I just be the first. The old man in me goes, I don't get it, but you can actually play it with your friends on Steam and see if you like it. I will say the best part of our games is sitting with people and playing them in person, but if you want to check it out, you can check it out on Tabletop Simulator.
Is there a place? So I know some developers for the tabletop simulator games have a place to kind of like toss a couple of dollars, saying, "Hey, thanks, you made a great mod." Is there a place to do
There's
that?
a link to the Kickstarter.
Link to the Kickstarter is pretty. I mean, that's a pretty legit way to support, right? It's like saying, "Hey, look, I want this game." And really, board games are always best when you can do it in front of people.
Oh yes, Angie's just pointing out. We're having the rules. Okay, I'm going to caveat this. I don't have professional translators.
Okay.
We are a little tiny me and Angie company, but the community that supports us are so loving and engaged. Like I said, we call them a family. We have 2 people in Germany working on a German translation of the rules, so people in Germany can, and at least, and there's a card Bible. They'll have a card Bible for the cards that have text at the bottom. And the company, the group, the blog group, and I cannot pronounce her name, but you'll see it if you go look at Lords of Rock on, I believe on Board Game Geek. There's the Spanish translation. They're also doing the Spanish translation of AI for us and Utter Terror.
That's awesome.
No, Professor Board Game or whatever his name was they were going to do a French review, but we got together too late before the Kickstarter was over, so we didn't get a chance to do that.
That's really cool. Don't you love when community comes together?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best part of this, right?
Well, if you look at Lords of Rock, there was almost 1,000 comments on that Kickstarter because we asked everybody to help us come up with parody song titles for the game, and we ended up with 26 people in the manual listed as songwriters for some of the parody songs. And then we have the community's been helping name the alien races for AI.
That's so awesome. All right.
And so for people who follow us, my wife's dog is in this game too as an evil alien.
Okay, things you can notice in every SolarFlare game. Look for Sophie. Look for Frank. They're both dogs.
Sophie's also starting to get hidden on the box covers in some of the games and the playmats and other places. So it's kind of a find Waldo thing. You got to find Sophie because I'll give this away to everybody who's actually watching. If you get the Lords of Rock box and look at the back, she's on Cthulhu's shoulder.
This is why I love these folks. All right, well, we need to wrap, friends. I always enjoy talking to you, Dave. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and hanging out. Thank you, Nans Games and Comics, for providing the raffle and just the opportunity and the space for us to do this. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Check our schedule. I will see you tomorrow for the Code Day stream, as well as a special stream tomorrow evening. Where can they find you?
We are at SolarFlareGames.com. We're also at Facebook.com/SolarFlareGames. And this doesn't make sense, but it's fine. At Brave Frontier on Twitter.
Also, if you start doing at SolarFlare, it'll come up as at Brave Frontier. It'll work. It'll good. It's all good. Also, Nan's Games and Comics is on Facebook, which is the best way to figure out if they've got anything new and awesome coming out, as well as what's going on in the store like this special event.
I found so many things that I didn't think you could ever find anywhere here. This is the most eclectic store you'll ever see.
They have an awesome collection of pretty much everything. Comics, collectibles. Their collectible stuff is amazing.
I found a 1992 AD&D second edition module in the wrapper still. I had to buy that for a friend, so it was cool.
I feel like I should give you guys a walkthrough of the store at one point, but not tonight. I'll do that some other time. I will see you folks tomorrow. Bye, friends.
Thank you.
Now, Andy, click the end stream. OBS. See ya.
Oh, God.
This is not awkward at all.
Hi, friends. I'm just going to leave Dave to sweat. Stop stream.
Okay.